today. From Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina, it's Week 14 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Teddy Bridgewater and the Carolina Panthers taking on Drew Lock and the Denver Broncos.
Well, it is just the perfect time of year for a trip to the Carolinas, and that's where we find ourselves at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Just a moment ago, the lights, the cameras, the action, all the pyrotechnics, everything was ablaze, everything was allowed here in Bank of America Stadium as Carolina emerged from their tunnel. And we are ready to go as the Panthers get set to match up with the Denver Broncos. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Panther ball club as they interplay here. They come in off the extended break from the bye.
I think it was much needed as well. You play two 2.5 months, you're ready for some time off to get set for the home stretch.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Broncos, they come into this one knowing it's been a while since tasting victory. They've dropped 4 in a row.
Can they remember what it was like to win a game? In these types of situations, you're looking for someone to inspire you, and it doesn't have to be one of your best players either.
Offensively for Carolina, Teddy Bridgewater will be at the controls, the talented quarterback out of Louisville.
Just 4 weeks left in the regular season, and he has to be firmly in the driver's seat for the MVP award.
Yeah, as the month of December wears on, we'll see how this all shakes out, and the debate will certainly heat up. But he's done everything they've asked of him.
Wouldn't you love to be in his head right now, though, to see what he's thinking, how much this is affecting him? Is he thinking about it at all? Are his teammates talking to him about it? He's dealing with a little bit of pressure, though, even though he's right now the #1 guy.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. A big play there on the first play of the game. 62 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Number 25 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
2nd and 5 from the 8. Bridgewater going to give this to McCaffrey. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
And there's a catch by Christian McCaffrey, and he plays a huge role in the passing attack. He's caught over 100 passes each of the last 2 years, so he is a defense's nightmare, because how do you identify him before the snap on every play? Is he a running back? Is he a receiver? Do you guard him with a defensive back, a linebacker? Whatever you do, he tends to have the answer himself and ends up making big plays.
They need about the length of the football here on 1st and goal. On the ground, McCaffrey. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Christian McCaffrey with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year. And the Panthers take it right down and score on the opening drive. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. The Broncos offense set to go behind their quarterback in his 2nd season now from Missouri, Charles. It's Drew Lock.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
Lock and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Sean Lee, the Pro Bowler, there for the tackle.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack.
Drew Lock.
A few issues here on the offensive line, apparently. He got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they've watched the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
So 3rd and long now for Locke and the Broncos following the sack. Shotgun snap to Locke, and that will be incomplete.
Lock's pass intended for Chester Rogers. Incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. Back deep is Tavon Austin. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Carolina offense making their way out. We take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me...
Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line is where they take over.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. That catch good for only a couple.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Locke. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Makes the score Panthers 7, Broncos 3.
So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board, ended up settling for 3.
25-yard line. The Panthers take over 1st and 10.
Christian McCaffrey and the Panthers about set to go on offense. Bridgewater and the Panthers going to come up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side, the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
They go play action here on 1st down. And he's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just help receivers find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find answers, and they've got to find them quick.
And despite the fancy footwork we saw, they'll get to him just inside the 15.
The ball carrier.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Christian McCaffrey playing against the Broncos here, and McCaffrey from the Denver area played his high school ball in Highlands Ranch south of downtown. And, of course, Father Ed, a longtime receiver, a very good one for the Broncos, played with them from 1995 until 2003. On second down, McCaffrey. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
The ball carrier.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on third down. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Christian McCaffrey with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the second most in a single year. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. And Denver getting set to take the field. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing. And for some teams, it's a change in tempo. Usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
Throwing on first down is Locke. He'll get this to Phillip Lindsay, complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Nigel Bradham brings him down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
He's got his tight end, Jake Butt. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And Gordon's going to be stopped short. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Here's Sam Martin now as he'll kick it away for the second time. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. Now this is going to work out well as it's out of bounds near the 13-yard line. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. And he's found the end zone twice, and now I'm guessing he's thinking, hey, let's find it 3 times. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
On 2nd and 9, Bridgewater. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down.
3rd and 6. That's the end of the first quarter.
After one, a 14-3 ball game.
Broncos 3.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
But things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 10 more there and another 1st down.
And there's Christian McCaffrey with another run CMC as he's known in the Carolina area. Easily the most productive running back in the league last season. 2,392 yards from scrimmage. He's just so dangerous every time he gets the football. Whether you hand it to him, throw it to him out of the backfield, just imagine if they have the guts to let him return kicks as well. This guy is a true triple threat.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. He was trying to go back to Moore there, but it's going to be 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get him into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
Pilardi now on to punt as he sends this one away. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. Out there to start their next drive, Phillip Lindsay and the Broncos. You can count his carries on one finger. They've only given him the rock one time, Charles. What gives?
So we can't draw any conclusions just yet. He has to touch the ball multiple times in order to get into a rhythm and have a chance to have success. You know who else gets into a rhythm? The offensive line. They feel better about what they're doing when they know they've had multiple opportunities to get it done.
Yeah, well, the conclusion we draw so far, they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. Let's see if they change tunes. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Locke working out of the gun. And this one complete to Seth Roberts. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
7-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
The Broncos on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, Locke. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Brian Burns has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Christian McCaffrey and the Panthers about set to go on offense. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. A first down throw for Bridgewater. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. DJ Moore, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field, and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
Rosas good with the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. Fielded near the back of the end zone, and this will come out to the... .25 as Hamler elects not to return it.
25-yard line.
Philip Lindsay and the rest of the offense heading back out. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement. Down on the scoreboard, maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Nigel Brown. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
First and goal at the...
Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
Check 43. Slap. Hey, turn it up.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey with touchdown number 29. Too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31. And the Panthers add on to their lead.
Is good.
Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And a rout is on here in this first half.
Aldrich Rosas set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it.
25-yard.
Drew Lock once again leads the Broncos out. In second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates. Find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse. And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. Lock going to throw. And he held on to it too long. A coverage sack. Down he goes. Derek Brown, the big rookie, in there to drop him for the loss.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Connects it to Roberts, right side. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker.
3 plays and
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. There's DJ Moore as he and the rest of the offense head back out there, making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defenses, getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
he's taken
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Here we go.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Go Delta. 51, Mike 51. It's just me.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Bridgewater complete on the quick throw to Moore. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 19 yards there on the catch and run. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Here we go, D. All day defense.
And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch the ship, watch the ship. Hey.
Bridgewater now. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. 7 yards there and a first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
3-yard line.
And again, it's Bridgewater. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense.
And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Panthers just continue to pour it on. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it.
25-yard line.
We see Drew Lock in the offense coming back on. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Roberts with it over the middle. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From midfield, here's Locke. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw again. Locke into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tremont Williams. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Following the interception, here's Bridgewater. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Good. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had a big play in the run game to play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
Good. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
1-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the gun, Bridgewater. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Jeremiah Tauchu came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. He's going to look deep for more. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
DJ Moore. It's now 3rd and...
So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This will be spotted at the 37, so it's a 47-yard attempt. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. You want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this second half as they trail, and we are back underway. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. So the Broncos come back out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC. Locke and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Off of play action, he'll look to throw. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Brian Burns in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left, roll him out, bootleg him. Do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula's not working right now. On 3rd and long, it's Locke. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line.
The Panthers take over 1st and
Curtis Samuel and the rest of the offense heading back out there now. And the previous drive put him up over 1,000 yards for the season. So now it's what you like to refer to, my friend, as gravy time, right?
It is. I mean, he's done it, right? He's accomplished the goal. So the good players, they relax a little. They bask in it. They think this is, okay, we've done what we set out to do. The great players decide to push that number as high as they possibly can. I don't expect him to have any let-up in his game the rest of the way.
Great thing if you're on the opposite side. He's such a weapon. He just opens things up for the other guys around him.
Yeah, if you're the opposite receiver, you should expect a few passes come your way, too, because I've got to kick coverage in his direction.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big 3rd quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
Short throw to the tight end, Thomas. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
2nd and 4.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Wide receiver, the ball carrier.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
3rd down, here's McCaffrey. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
1st and 10.
They had yet to run the ball at all on this drive, but 3rd and short definitely was a great time to dial one up.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. Now a run with McCaffrey. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
Jim McCaffrey, the ball carrier.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
From the 27, Bridgewater. That is caught at the 7. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Panthers have got it on cruise control.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that will extend this big lead.
To kick off.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it.
25-yard.
Denver's offense ready to go again. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Lock on the give. It's Lindsey. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Well, they certainly haven't been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
From the 38, Lock. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
First down, Broncos.
Hey, here we go. Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He'll go up top here for Hamler. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And he's going to find his go-to man so far. That's Moore. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
First and 10.
He's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now.
Crunch, crunch, crunch. Fall down.
Now a play fake here on first down. Flush to his right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and it forced an incompletion.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Bridgewater again. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. The screen does get him 9, but it also brings up a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. Do you like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. They'll go again with Lindsey. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
A 3rd down now, and those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Incomplete.
And we're into the second half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Here's Austin. Now, after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
They'll run here with Balaj. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 13 yards, 1st down, Panthers.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
Here's a throw dropped off to his fullback. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Panther 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now.
51's Mike. Mike 51. Let's go, defense.
They'll throw again. Bridgewater. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right. be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
The score, Panthers 48. Broncos.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. Set to take over, the Broncos offense trots back out. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
12.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Block on target there to Fant, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
A gain of
16 yards, a first down.
Denver.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Lock throwing on target to Fant. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
6 yards. And the Broncos first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Lock. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Taco Charlton able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Lock throwing complete here to Judy.
And he coughed it up, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now the 3rd-year man from NC State, it's Jalen Samuels.
Now whistles here, and it looks like we've got a Panther that's having some difficulty down there getting up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Double tight, guys, double tight. Hey. 4 down. SOS.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Stick back to pass. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the first.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the 3rd quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the 4th quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out. It's picked up by the Broncos. The 40, 20, 10. And this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown. And at this point, after that return for a touchdown, I guess the only thing is you're asking what else could go wrong.
Not only that, I think that between the two of us, we thought this was over before. I believe now it's really over.
Extra point from McManus is good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback.
The Panthers now set to take over offensively.
We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I
we
enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
They go back to Reddick. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They'll try to run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off.
The tackle by Tremaine Johnson.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Oh, and after the sack, he's still down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
That time, Bradley Chubb shooting in there for the sack.
And it has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today, but on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away.
They're returning it. Here's Hamler.
31 yards on the punt there. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
Now the pass brought in by Roberts. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Shotgun snap to Locke. Over the middle, complete. That's Roberts.
Locke's pass.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
It's a gain of 9.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. He'll dump this one off to Lindsey. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
Complete to Phillip Lindsay.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
First down.
A big offensive explosion help leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Panthers, the win pushes their record now to 11-2 on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for Denver, it's going to all but